Hi, welcome back to the channel everybody, it's Mike Newton. We're outdoors today, we've got a beautiful day, so I thought we'll get outdoors. We're going to test some new wedges for you. So we're here at Penrith Golf Hub, out in the sunshine, and we've got some Titleist Vokey SM8 Wedges for you to test. So Titleist have kindly sent me some wedges. They're built to my spec for when I went down to Titleist last year. Built my spec and everything for me, so they've sent them through. We're going to test them, give you guys a little bit of feedback of maybe what SM8 is all about, a little bit of difference in technology to sort of talk about and go through in this particular video, which obviously we'll do that, hit some shots and give you my reaction and feel of how they actually feel, but also a little bit of reaction of the golf ball on the greens. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the technology. So SM8, it's a first instincts, it's a very clean looking club. There's not a lot going on in terms of the back edge of the actual golf club itself. Obviously Vokey makes some fantastic wedges, and they have done in previous models. I can't see SM8 being any sort of different. Whether it's better, we don't know. We'll have a little look, but we're looking at the technology. A little bit differences here is maybe what you find in the SM7s was that little bit of a sort of chunky top edge or top section of the club, so that was all about sort of vertical centre of gravity, trying to move that up and down the face as they change the loft to try and increase spin. That's disappeared there now, and what the big sort of talking point now is the centre of gravity and where it is positioned. It's actually hovering in front of the club face now. So how they've done that is they've increased the hosel length and counterbalanced it, hosel length there, and then obviously put that counterbalance of a tungsten weighted plug in that low toe section. So that's playing around with that centre of gravity to move it in different positions. So put it in forward of the actual club face is what Bob Vokey, the designer, is sort of saying. It's helping you to increase the consistency of the squaring of the club face, the reaction of the ball off the club face, distance control, and also feel. So we're also seeing some very deep sort of grooves, spin mill grooves, obviously within legal limitations, but 100% measured for accuracy as they're coming off the production line. So every wedge is right up to that sort of limit, but obviously conforming. There's little mini grooves in between for those partial shots where you can try and generate that little bit more spin and a little bit more connection. A little bit more then heat treated through the build process or the design process in the center section. So again, helping to keep the solid edges of the grooves basically, so basically less wear over time as you're playing with them. As always, we're seeing loads of options. So there are 6 different grind options, and then of course you've got undles of different lofts to work into that. So again, I think my advice to anybody out there is to go and try these yourself, test them, get with a good fitter who's got some demos available, because all the different grinds will affect how that ball sort of flies, and depending on how you attack the golf ball, what you're sort of trying to do through your technique, grinds can obviously accompany that or actually can hinder you depending on what you're sort of doing and depending on what grind you've got in front of you. Did do a little fitting video down at Titleist last year. I'll put a little link up, you can go and check that out. Quite an interesting one, how the grind actually changed the flight of the golf ball, not the loft, the grind itself actually changed the flight. Quite an interesting video, so go and check that one out. So the lofts I carry in my bag are 50, 54 and a 58, which I feel gives me that right sort of gap in. Happy with my 58 being my most lofted club, and really happy with the 54 in sort of bunkers, and obviously got the 58 option if I've got a bit more of a bunker shot where I want to get a little bit softer and get the ball landing a little bit obviously softer as well. I'm going to hit some full shots first. I've just got myself on this particular hole. This is the 7th hole at Penrith Golf Hub, little par 3. It's 93 yards to be exact, a little bit downhill, but quite a nice hole. So I'm just going to hit a few sort of smooth 54 degrees. It's not a flat out 54 for me, quite a smooth one. We'll see how these sort of feel. I look great behind the ball. I've got the Tour Chrome here. They're available in 4 finishes. There's the Tour Chrome, there's the Brush Steel, there's a Jet Black, and then there's an actual raw version which obviously will rust. I think that's only available through the Wedgeworks system that Titleist have. But this is the Tour Chrome, beautiful finish. It's like a satin finish in a way, so it's not very glary. It's quite a sunny day to be honest, and it's not glaring at me, so it's quite a nice sort of finish. And that felt really quite solid actually. Yeah, it was a nice shot. Just hitting the green probably about 10 foot just to the right of the flag. That's a nice strike, nice shot. Yeah, lovely. That's just sort of spinning back probably about 5-6 foot. Again, lovely contact, good strike, feels very solid. Really interesting one to sort of see how the centre of gravity being actually hovering in front of the club face. Sounds quite strange that to be off the actual head itself, and how that can actually get the club face to square up more consistently. Quite an interesting sort of theory in a way. We've not really come across that one before, I don't think, in wedge designs. Lovely shape, very classic Vokey shape behind the ball. That's nice as well. Yeah, very solid feeling those. Did you see that one? Nearly went in. Okay, so just moving to a couple of little shots now, just over this bunker in front of me. Just going to release these onto the green. So I just want a little bit of elevation here. Just pick my 58 degree. We'll just see how it is now on these little sort of short, delicate shots. So as I say, 58 degree, this is an S grind, 10 degree of bounce, and again, it looks lovely behind the ball. Let's just see if we can just slide one under. That's come out quite nice, just nipped up quite quick actually there. So it's nipped a bit quicker than I thought it would do. Hasn't quite released down to the hole. So just now got the 50 degree out, just played some little bump and run shots just off the side of the green. Let's just see how these feel off the club face. A little bit of a right to left breaking little chip and run shot here. It's a little bit soft than that, but it felt super off the club face. A little bit more speed. It's a better one. Yeah, feels good. It's not going to feel bad, is it, to be fair? It's a Vokey wedge. We know Vokey wedges are very, very good. It's a nice clippy one. Yeah, feels superb. Okay, so there we go. There's the new SM8 wedges from Titleist, the Vokey design. Stunning wedge. They look fantastic. They feel really good. Feel very solid on the contact, must admit there. I think you've got to do multiple shots hit to get maybe a consistency that's square in the face in terms of testing that. But feel superb. Loads of options, as I mentioned before. So definitely a case of you guys go and get fit for these. Get them obviously gapped in with your set at the moment, because as we know, many of the lofts are changing from brand to brand, model to model, in terms of that pitching wedge loft. So do you switch that out, put a Vokey wedge in? Are you having a gap wedge, sand wedge? It depends on how many clubs you're carrying at the other end of the bag as well. So there's quite a bit to sort of think about. Then of course you're going into the grinds and bounces, as depending on maybe the courses and conditions, surfaces you play on a regular basis, or in terms of how you attack the golf ball through your sort of technique. So as always, go and get fitted and try them out yourselves. Any comments on SM8s? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Love to hear your thoughts. As always, try and reply to as many as I possibly can. Fitting is available here at Penrith Golf Hub, so if you can get here, give me a call, give me a shout. We can do some fitting outdoors with all the demo wedges that we have available. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Appreciate you watching as always, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.